Magic 102.9 ABBA.
Bounce! What up, ABS City? It's your boy Tidy Man hanging out on Magic 102.9 FM, ABS City. Magic FM, Magic FM, 102.9 ABS City. Magic FM, Magic FM, number one on the A list. Riding on the waves, number one to the O2. With a .9, ABS is the zone 2. Magic 102.9, years like you. Top of the countdown, it's Magic the sound heavy. 24/7, we be hip hop marathon. Music entertainment, yeah, we be the champion. ABS frontline, hey, we got the magic. Take it over the hood, all around the southeast. The Magic be the first and the last dial on your radio. You know how we do, it's your boy Tidy Man. Hanging out on Magic 102.9 FM, ABS City. Keep listening, my people. Never thought that die. You hear me? And you bounce.
I've got some magic in me. When I hit the floor, the girls come snapping at me. Everybody wants a blast of magic, magic, magic. Oh, I got the magic in me.
Set no substitute.
Ndị be anyị na bọla chie.
Ẹ káàárọ̀ ṣe dáadáa la jí.
Ndị toika emesiere o.
Ina kwananku an tashi lafiya sannunku fa.
Mammanu jọkwanụ.
Unu kao, unu mao.
Ịgba ama o. Unu ọfọtụla ekwa.
Ndị be anyị na-asala chi o.
Sọngọ iya. Nete anụ na ekwa nọ.
Wado urobo wado.
Ndị ka anyị maazị nọ. Ka kwanụ nka.
Good morning.
Introducing Ike the G.
Ike the G in the building. 102.9.
Good morning.
Are you ready to go? I'm ready to go.
Ike, you don't play your music and I won't call the police.
And it's now.
Something for everyone.
Stand by for action.
I don't know. You gotta be strong, you gotta be hard, you gotta be get. Look, I don't know about you, but I'm gonna confess this morning, it's 6:07. Each time I listen to Desiree, this track in the morning, I feel fired up. And she's been doing this to me for so many years. You gotta be this and that, stay focused. And the love in all, the love from heaven will save it all. Now, if you even look at the book of Ephesians 6:10, Ephesians 6:10 to 18, it said about the armor of God, being ready all the time. It said, therefore, put on your full armor of God. Put it on, even while you're snoring at night. You gotta put it on, so that when the day of evil comes, you may be able to stand your ground. Stand your ground, and after you have done everything to stand. So, another way of saying, always be ready. Because I'm ready. Like you're ready for our breakfast this morning. It's such a beautiful day indeed. And we thank God for this. Welcome.
It's a beautiful day to be alive. February in New York, such a vibe. I have 100 different moods from one day to the next. And I've seen a lot of shit, but still I know I'm blessed. Cause life is not a checklist. I'm sorry to my exes. Keep checking all my messages. I'm done being a pessimist. The old way wasn't working. I gotta put that work in. I know I'm far from perfect, but it's time for a change. It's a beautiful day to be alive. It's a beautiful day to be alive. See, that part is the good part. Oh my God, it's true. I look at the sky and it's electric blue. Ooh, how was I so selfish? The money never helped it. Keep checking all my messages. I'm done being a pessimist. The old way wasn't working, so I gotta put that work in. I know I'm far from perfect, but it's time for a change. It's a beautiful day.
Whoa. Let it on the run. It's so beautiful. Thank you, Mike. And Mike Posner. Beautiful day to be up. Yeah, you can say that again. The fact that I'm above and not beneath, it spells beauty, of course. And I feel beautiful on the inside and outside. The fact, not all that actually said good night last night. To be able to say good morning today. It's some things we overlook there. The best things in life, I believe, are free. Yeah, the best things in life, absolutely free. So, beautiful people, thank you again. Look at that. And if you're in Aba and around the way too, it's a beautiful city. Aba, of course, we know is the business capital of the Southeast, and it's growing with the speed. If you're in Aba and environs, you're gonna brace. This rainy day, most likely, with scattered thunderstorms all in the picture. Yeah, and maybe frequent lightning, of course. It's all there, up at 28 degrees under a southerly wind direction, not kind of windy atmosphere. Moderate wind, 10 to 15 kilometers per hour. That's okay. The chance of rain at 6:11 in the morning is 60%. Yeah. Are you ready for Fireboy? is way in the ring. Check this out. Every day.
What them a say? Tell me where you day. Lati Saturday, I go meet you there. Cause I miss you every day. Call me any day, I'll be on my way. I'm one call away. No matter the situation, I no shop, keep my action. Don't do too much, I love you with passion. Jessica, Jennifer, family strong. I will shoot the line, no more fornication. You run up, baby, my son. Girl, I want some. I said, now you, only you, I want the sanction. Yeah, I'm all yapa for my catalog. When I only you, where I want for my mansion. Girl, I'm not here to the confuse you. Girl, I'm only here to the convince you. That I love and I need and I miss you. Me, I love your body and your melanin. Follow me, go. Give me ginger. Give me high when my energy low. I never love you, finish, oh. Don't leave me, oh, Roma. Baby, let me take you to Ibiza. Let me put the ring around your finger. If you make the memory to linger, I will give you anything you want. If I go there, and I go Galanta, no go fear. You do me tunga, but I don't care. I mean my feelings, and I just wanna make you know. Tell me where you did. Lati Saturday, I go meet you there. Cause I miss you every
And wake your neighbors up. It's breakfast time. With so much to do. We're unable to wrap up. We failed the test yesterday. Out. If you have anything like, sometimes I have this memory loss. I remember one day, one hot afternoon, I was rushing off for a meeting in town, and I rushed downstairs and looking at no car key. And I raced up again, and on getting to the living room, my mind was kind of blank. I asked, what are you here to do? And it took seconds, about 30 seconds. Remember, your car key, go and get it. I don't know if it's old age or just a normal thing. You just drift and blank. Oh, come on, yo. Put me in your prayers this morning. May God help me. But I still remember prayer. Yeah, of course, that's what we gave out yesterday, and we're wrapping it up this morning. Hopefully we have time for that. So prayer, begin your day with prayer, no matter how choked your time is or something, and be sure to end it by the time you're back, whether good or bad, and with praise. Yes, devotional time to stimulate regular closeness, intimate meetings with God is the best way to start it off every morning. So thank you too. Now we run through the headlines to see what's on the trend this morning. Amid growing rumors of a possible coalition among opposition leaders to unseat President Tinubu in 2027, it still makes my imagination. Today is May 20 in 2025, election in 2027. And most politicians, all they think about is 2027. Nobody's talking about insecurity in the country. Something, and how the man living next to you is going to pay his school fees for the children, or renew his house rent, or even pay hospital bills. What happened to us? What? The former governor of Anambra State dismissed a deal to run as a vice presidential candidate in 2027, insisting that those saying he had an agreement to deputize anyone were playing politics of selfish ambitions and, detrimental to the growth of the country. Obi also made a financial donation to a school project in the diocese, and he said that because the government has failed woefully to deliver free and qualitative basic education, the church had, to bear the whole brunt of what's really going on at the moment. That's really sad. It's everybody's about my own, not nobody cares. The man who's even your neighbor. In some families, sometimes if you look, even again, a closer look at what plays out in the society, where everybody wants to be the trend, and be on social media, even create some crazy stupid things just to trend for negative reasons or positive reasons. In your neighborhood, their blood brothers suffer and eat from hand to mouth, where they throw around money and leave, etc. And nothing lasts forever. And so once someday we all leave all this behind, of course. And what happens at the end of the day? Well, that's it. I think P2B is a role model, of course. The Joint Action Committee of the Senior Staff Association of Nigerian University, SANU, and the Non-Academic Staff Union of Allied Institutions, NASU, has rejected the recent distribution formula adopted for the disbursement of 50 billion naira approved by the federal government for university-based unions. The 50 billion is to be shared among SANU, NASU, and the National Association of Academic Technologists. But however, in a statement, the non-academic staff unions expressed disappointment that 80% of the allocation was given solely to the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, leaving only 20% to be shared among SANU, NASU, and all. The union further lamented that the latest attempt to diminish their role and worth through its inequitable distribution and injustice and will not be accepted in silence. I guess you know where they are driving at. Brace up and get ready for what's coming. Human rights lawyer and senior advocate of Nigeria, Olis Abak. I watched him on TV last night. Very, very collected man. Abakoba has criticized the proposed bill seeking to make voting mandatory in Nigeria. You can imagine that. Declaring that he would rather be jailed than comply with such a compulsory voting, arguing that it fails to address the root causes of voter apathy in our country. He questioned the rationale behind the bill, stating, why would the National Assembly, want to impose compulsory voting? Why don't they reverse the question and say, why are Nigerians not interested? What is the apathy about? They said, if you bend down, you go see Abba. Yeah, they should bend down and see the cracks threatening the foundation, the democratic foundation of this country. I think we have too many blind spots. Yeah, do we really know? Sometimes I wonder if we know what we're here for. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Voter disengagement stems from years of exclusion, unfulfilled political promises. You talk about manipulation, must win by all means syndrome, lack of trust in the system, not a lack of civic responsibility. If you're headed in the wrong direction, there's always room for a U-turn, okay? A quick out. Because you're there today, somebody was there before you, and by the time you're gone, someone else. Of course, the earlier we understand the basic of life, we know where we're going. Abakoba says the country's current democratic setup is not working, and questioned the level of commitment by politicians in Nigeria, whom he accused of being only interested in grabbing power. All about interest. Your interest. Well, as the world marks World Family Doctors Day, the Society of Family Physicians of Nigeria, SOFPON, yesterday called for urgent action to address mental health challenges in Nigeria. It's a very serious issue, mental health. It also highlighted the growing burden of mental health issues amid economic instability, insecurity, rapid societal change. We're speaking at a briefing in the Lagos to mark the day with the theme Building Mental Resilience in a Changing Planet, organized in collaboration with Al Jolad Hospital, where SUPON National President Blessing Chukwukelu, she described mental health as a cornerstone of overall well-being. Anxiety, depression, stress-related disorders are becoming pervasive in Nigeria, yet they often go unrecognized until they escalate into crises. And Chukwukelu stressed the need to prioritize mental health awareness and early intervention, citing alarming trends. It's really alarming, of course. We talk about mental issues. It's not if you see somebody who's naked, walking naked on the street. Good number of us got mental issues. I don't think I'm exempted to. If you check yourself, there's some things you do and say, did I really do this? You did. Check yourself. The people of Ogoni ethnic nationality in Rivers State are being assured that President Bola Tinubu cannot afford to order a forceful resumption of oil production in the area, as doing so could lead to unimaginable consequences. Unimaginable. President of the Movement of the Survival of Ogoni People, Masao Fegalo Suke, who gave the assurance, said despite efforts by some private interests to forcefully resume oil production in Ogoni, he was confident that President Tinubu would not trigger an oil-related crisis in Ogoni just to satisfy some private interests. We are watching, and the planet is also listening to you. You can see how far we go. Well, sad news. Nigerian boxers have expressed outrage over the continued delay in repatriating the remains of Oluwasegun Orariwaju from Ghana. 50 days after the fighter's death, the tragic death following a bout in Bokum Arena. But the development comes 2 days after a 7-member committee submitted its final report on the circumstances surrounding Olariwaju's death to Ghanaian Minister for Sports and Recreation Kofi Adams, but with no clear timeline for when the boxer's body will be returned to his grieving family back home. If you recall, Olariwaju, popularly known as Success, collapsed during a bout against Ghanaian boxer John Mbanogu back in March 29, and it was later pronounced dead. The corpse is still there. The remains is still in, and nobody's talking about it. Operatives of the Tiger Base Division of the Imo State Police Command has reportedly arrested one of the traditional chiefs laying claim to the Eze Royal Stool of Eziama Ikeduru Autonomous Community, Chris Obasi. Obasi's sister, it's what he plays out in our country, especially in the Igbo land, is very common. Obasi's sister, Adeze Francis, who confirmed the development, said the police operatives arrested him on Wednesday at his residence in Graceland Estate, somewhere in Ajah, Lagos State. And the arrest was connected to the protracted kingship tussle between her brother and his cousin, whom she accused of using every means possible to prevent the state government from recognizing Obasi as the rightful traditional ruler, of course. Adeze explained that her brother was dragged to the magistrate court over the kingship tussle and some months ago, and the case was scheduled for Friday. But however, the presiding magistrate died, leading to an adjournment till May 27, 7 days time. It still boils down to issue quest for power, by fire, by force. Haba. May God help us, please. I got work to do. Come on, it's 6:27. It's all on the hustle.
Early mama, I don't wake up. Hustle the call, I know if you lock up. For this life, you sleeping go talk. Man, that's short and no time for fun. See my guy, he dey flex for Dubai. He say no hustle, he no be lie. Don't be by mouth, so be by eye. If you no grind, you no go fly. Money no dey fall from style. If you don't work out, you won't trouble. Nobody phone say you sorry. I'ma make you try sorry. What you want, son? Oh, good. Oh, good. Oh, good. Oh, yes, and I'm all at this study young guy. When they do funny, do funny, do funny, do funny. I know that's small, but I go blow. You get some things where I want show. I'm at the house, I go build a mansion. Papa they wait, I go buy a phantom. Now why are they push, are they double up? No time for talk, no time for stop. Enemies want make I fall for cutter. But I be street as I be the mother. Money no they fall from sky, oh. If you don't walk out, you want choke. Not when the phone say you sorry. Over make you try sorry. Hustle, but I get money. I know one year, say my pocket empty. Steady on grind, if they do call me. Nobody be like an office for no one else say then let's go. I'm on the roll, I'm on the slow. Make you day when I'm with big dreams, big plans. I'm on the show pass, not just life dance.
I don't know, but come on, I just love this. Come on, I love the song. It's this one here that grows on me with each airplay. And you know, we're talking about hustle. This one about it. We talk about it in the morning, and we talk the other side in the evening, right? Well, out there, some people already out. Yes, in the heat of the morning. Sure, this is how it is. No sweat, no sweet. I believe in that. No sweat, no sweet. You gotta work for your money, right? It's natural. It's natural. Good luck to you as you move. But you can even knock at the door, make orders. I don't know what you're having for breakfast, but come on, we're serving a steamy, tasty. I feel like having okpa and tea. That's what I want to have for breakfast. Okay, I love it. I don't enjoy it all. Anyway, let's see what we got. Also, Francis, you represent 042 in Amaguze. How are you this morning, bro? I need to ring the bell for Francis. Francis is a huge radio fan. Louis Ndukwe, how are you, Louis? Yobo and Chitwa Adele, Ijoma Favor and the egg. He goes on. Heaven knows you have a league of wonderful people. Thank you. Okay, Chuku Wonha, we salute you. Good morning to you from Ibiri Omoma, where you are this morning, right? Thank you. And who else? Okay, Chuku and Mary Onoha said, hey, I can love magic. Thank you, Mary. We'll love you back like Hair Mary. And your name is Mary. Thank you too, sister. You're the one. Ijoma Favor, we greet you with Jesus joy. Credible Stitches is down with us too. Hello, Credible. Keep it up. And who else is hanging out?
Susan, I beg. Say you the wine me.
For where? You who no longer depend solely on your salary.
So you people trade and don't carry us along in this office, Abby?
Jerry, now you they talk like this. Who doesn't want an extra stream of income? But I'm still looking for better trading conditions, I beg. Fast execution of my trades and possibly an account where swap no go carry all my profits where I don't know.
Guy, HFM.com.
For me, I wouldn't mind better spreads at all, and it won't be a bad idea to be able to make withdrawals in a flash.
All we want is transparency and great customer service.
Guys, I said HFM.com.
Which one is HFM.com again?
Switch to HFM today to enjoy ultra fast execution. Want to
short deposits and withdrawals are sharp.
Na-ebekwano nke ahụ abụrụla ihe gara aga o. Ekele dịrị Close-Up toothpaste nke ọhụrụ a na-akpọ Complete Fresh Protection. Ọ eziokwu Close-Up Complete Fresh Protection na-enye gị nchekwa nke ime ọnụ zuru oke. O nwere fluoride na antibacterial zinc nke na-eme ka eze gị sie ike, gbochie inwe olulu n'eze gị ma busokwa nje eze agha.
Gbam dede na-eje n'egwu adị ma onwe m na-aga ugbo igoro Close-Up toothpaste Complete Fresh Protection nke m.
Close-Up Complete Fresh Protection maka nlekọta ahụ dị mkpa nke ime ọnụ gị chọrọ. Toothpaste nke a dị na Blue Gel.
Nnukwara onwe m ihe ka ozi si wee bata n'ime ekwentị m fiam wee
ego niile dị n'akaụntụ m si wee jee.
Ọ bụrụ na ị bụ onye Airtel, a gara ịgwa gị tupu ị pịa ya. Ndị Airtel na-enyere aka ịmata ndị na-ezi ozi efu, bịa mee ka ndị ahịa ha mata maka ya site n'enyemaka nke AI kwadoro iji hụ na ozi efu ndị ahụ agaghị enwe ohere igbu gị wayo, anaghị akwụ ụgwọ, o wee gị ndenye aha.
Biko ekuzina, ana m eji isonye Airtel fiam.
Airtel, a reason to imagine. Life's
I'm in love, Sonia tomato mix, stand up. Easy to open, easy to squeeze, easy to scoop and easy to stir. Dishes come alive with so much taste. Not about you. Sonia tomato mix, of course. Sonia tomato mix, yes sir. Sonia tomato mix, so much love.
Health, they say, is wealth. But when securing good health costs you an arm and a leg, or when you are at the hospital and they insist on a hefty deposit before treatment,
but when Avon HMO has your back, you won't have to scream "Yepa," because in the end, we all need people. Visit avonhealthcare.com now to get an Avon Health plan for you and your people.
Avon HMO, empowering you to live a healthier, fuller life.
Did you know that Spenta 3 immunization protects your child from 5 deadly diseases?
Visit the nearest health center. Complete all 3 doses for full protection.
At birth, it's BCG, OPV, and hepatitis.
By 6 weeks, get your first dose of Penta 1 and rotavirus.
At 10 weeks, Penta 2. At 14 weeks, Penta 3, IPV, and PCV.
Mothers-to-be, visit the nearest health center for antenatal checkups, tetanus injection, routine vitamin supplementation, and safe delivery care from trained professionals.
Start early. Attend at least 8 visits.
Note, immunization is safe, free, and saves lives.
Powered by Immunization Plus Impact Project, supported by the World Bank.
My son, help me check this phone. I don't know wetin Junior press. E no dey work again.
Make I see. Ah, mommy.
Wetin happen?
They don't block your line now.
Nobody like to chop blocking, no. So, if they don't block you unto say you not link your NIN to your Airtel line, run kitty go any Airtel shop with your NIN to unblock your line today.
Airtel, a reason to imagine.
Harude, my young baby, Harude.
Hey, whoa, mama, it's not Harude now. It's all day deodorant.
Abumo, leave me and my Harude, I beg. Because you dash me perfume.
Mama, no be perfume now. It's deodorant.
I roll on at the talk now. See, they make me scent well. Harude.
All day, mama, all day.
Whether na market or even church says, I go wear them. Harude. I know they fear sweat again. No.
All day.
Oh my little. Now wait till you say the way go that your office now, When you came,
mama, no all day shoppers.
Whether na all day, Harude, as long as you dey buy am, I go dey use.
Mama, you never change.
All Day antiperspirant and deodorant has you covered all day, whether it's market runs or office calls. Smell sweet, feel fresh and confident. Do it for you. All Day antiperspirant and deodorant, now available in stores near you.
No be party jollof this same.
Abeg, make nothing hungry you again today.
I am pregnant wife dey follow talk so.
Neighbor,
abeg neighbor, just one spoon.
No wahala.
Chef, wetin be your secret?
Now Mr. Chef seasoning powder. Mr. Chef seasoning powder get spicy stew, goat meat, fried rice, and roasted beef from great aroma to great taste.
Elevate every meal with Mr. Chef seasoning powder. Chef.
Mommy, you want to watch YouTube?
Not my phone again. Every time YouTube.
Oh, mommy, you want to watch YouTube?
Watch YouTube. Not with my phone. Go and watch TV.
But there's no YouTube on our TV.
That's before. With the new Airtel Smart Router, for just 25,000 naira, you can watch YouTube and more on any TV, even our own TV.
Really? Yay! Thank you, Mommy.
Oh, you're welcome.
Turn any TV into a smart TV with the Airtel Smart Router and watch Nollywood movies, football, and lots more on YouTube with unlimited data for 30 days. Airtel, a reason to imagine.
Podolski 1 million march and candle night. With pain in our hearts but with total submission to the Almighty God, we regret to announce the death of Mr. Ugochukwu Echebiri, aka Podolski, from Okuta, Umuahia North Local Government Area, Abia State. He was aged for Ugochukwu Echebiri, aka Podolski, from Okuta, Umuahia North Local Government Area, Abia State. He was aged 46. Burial arrangement. There will be a 1 million march on Tuesday, 20th May 2025. Takeoff point is Obikabia Junction 3 round Obo Hill Axis Sabah. Time 4 p.m. Candle night follows immediately after the marching at Iron Bar Zero Road off New Umuahia Road till dawn. Men burial will be on Friday, 23rd May 2025 at his hometown Okuta Village, Umuahia North Local Government Area, Abia State. Signed,
Here is a
Solid
government
Friends.
special announcement. In line with government's policy to transform the transport sector and sanitize the various motor parks in the state, the Ministry of Transport has constituted the Park Audit Committee, whose mission is for validation and standardization of parks in the state. In light of the above, all government and private park loading bays are to cooperate with this committee. Ensure compliance. This is signed by Dr. Chimezi Isaac Ukebu, Honorable Commissioner, Ministry of Transport.
Magic 102.9
News. All news now. Who knows what's next, but we'll be there.
Good morning. This is your news at dawn on Magic 102.9 FM Aba. The headlines. President Tinubu approves licenses for Kumani oil project in Bauchi. Aba North APC throws weight behind President Tinubu, calls for concerted efforts to rebuild Nigeria. From the foreign scene, White House extends invitation to Pope Leo XIV. These and other stories, plus business, entertainment, sports, and the weather updates. Always remember you can send us your eyewitness reports via WhatsApp 0907 677 1029 is the number. My name is Ben. This is your news at dawn. President Bola Tinubu has approved the issuance of critical regulatory licenses for the Kumani Integrated Development Project. The project is a multi-billion-dollar oil exploration initiative located between Bauchi and Gombe states. The Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Oil, Heineken Lokbobiri, disclosed this during the commissioning of the permanent site of the Bauchi Oil and Gas Academy in Akaleri local government area of that state. This much was disclosed in a statement on Sunday issued by the Minister's Special Advisor on Media and Communication, Nnemeka Okafor. According to the statement, the activation of all national facilities designed to contribute to the transformation of Nigeria's oil sector remained critical. He said the president's vision remained focused on harnessing the full potential of the energy sector as a catalyst for national prosperity. Amid growing rumors of a possible coalition amongst opposition leaders to unseat President Bola Tinubu in 2027, the presidential candidate of the Labour Party in the 2023 election, Peter Obi, has said that the only coalition that he was interested in is the one against hunger, poverty, and the terrible state of healthcare and education in Nigeria. Obi, who visited the Bishop of the Anglican Diocese of Kubwa, Abuja on Monday, emphasized that he was not desperate for any position. Obi came third behind President Tinubu and Atiku Abubakar of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) in the 2023 election, with many believing that a coalition between him, Atiku, and other opposition parties would defeat Tinubu in the 2027 presidential election. The former Anambra State governor dismissed a deal to run as a vice presidential candidate in 2027, insisting that those saying he had an agreement to deputize anyone were playing politics of selfish ambitions detrimental to the growth of the country.
My fight is against bad governance, against hunger, against poverty, against out-of-school children, against people not having health services. This country have less than 10% insurance care, health insurance, should be 100%. These teachers teaching here should be paid by government because it's universal basic education. The law says here that our children should go to school free. So what my Lord is doing is helping government. Government should help him. Okay, that's what I did in Anambra State. I'm in coalition against hunger, in coalition against poverty, in coalition against good health. Politics for me is not about position. It is about doing the right. Whatever you make of it, I can tell you, I, Peter, have told you where I stand. I just came back this morning. I didn't go talk about politics.
Obi also made a financial donation to a school project in the diocese. And still talking education, the Joint Action Committee of the Senior Staff Association of Nigerian Universities, SANU, and the Non-Academic Staff Union of Allied Institutions, NASU, have rejected the recent distribution formula adopted for the disbursement of the 50 billion naira approved by the federal government for university-based unions. The 50 billion naira is to be shared among SANU, NASU, and the National Association of Academic Technologists, NAT. However, in a statement, the non-academic unions expressed disappointment that 80% of the allocation was given solely to the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, leaving only 20% to be shared among SANU, NASU, and NAT. The unions further lamented at the latest attempt to diminish the role and worth through the inequitable distribution was an injustice that they would not accept in silence. SANU and NASU urged the federal government to immediately review and reverse the recommended allocation formula, warning that going ahead with the distribution would only breed avoidable resentment and trigger widespread industrial disharmony, something they said the university system could ill afford at this critical time. The CEO of education technology company Educare, Alex Onya, has called for a full-scale investigation into the conduct of the 2025 Unified Tertiary Matriculation.
I started noticing that the failure rate was too much. You can see that JAMB is something that is very critical to the life of these children. So it is a must that we have to get to them clusters. And in the same LAG cluster, we still have other states. And to us more on why exactly this happened. For JAMB to give us access to their system, what it means is that there's nothing they are hiding. So in as much as we had access, we need to be able to now look more deeply.
The Chief Executive Officer of Educare, Alex Onya, there. Similarly, the Southeast Caucus of the House of Representatives has demanded the resignation of the Registrar, Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board, JAMB, Professor Hishak Oloyede, over what it described as a catastrophic institutional failure in the conduct of the 2025 Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination, UTME. The leader of the caucus, Igariwe Enwo, in a statement issued on Monday, criticized JAMB for the technical glitches that affected nearly 380,000 candidates, many of whom are now required to resit the exam. The caucus said the board's response has been grossly inadequate, while also lamenting poor communication, scheduling conflicts with ongoing WAEC examinations, and the short notice given for the receipts. It called for the immediate cancellation of the 2025 UTME and the fixing of a new date, preferably after WAEC and NECO examinations, to ensure that no student was disadvantaged. It also demanded the suspension of key officials responsible for JAMB's digital operations and logistics. The Aba North chapter of the All Progressives Congress, APC, under the banner of Renewed Hope Partners, on Monday convened a significant meeting to rally support for President Bola Tinubu and review his administration's policies. The gathering, which drew APC members and Renewed Hope partners, also served as a platform to strategize for the continued success of President Tinubu and the APC in future elections, reinforcing the party's commitment to its agenda in the Southeast region.
Of the president raising his structures to ensure that he returns a second tenure by mobilizing those structures, by funding those structures, and people now move ahead and campaigning for him using those structures to ensure that he returns. Renewed Hope Partners under the president has also given us Southeast Development Commission with so much budget to it to enable the development in the Southeast for infrastructure, education, youth empowerment, and many more.
Also, a former House of Representatives member, Uzwa Azubike, cited notable figures such as Benjamin Kalu, Deputy Speaker, House of Representatives, and Hope Uzodinma, Chairman of the Progressive Governors Forum, as evidence of the President's benevolence toward the region. He re-emphasized the party's appreciation and resolve upgrading health facilities, equipment, and manpower in the state. The governor said that in recognition of the human resource gaps, his administration had recruited 195 healthcare professionals, including doctors, nurses, pharmacists, and laboratory scientists, who have been posted to all the general hospitals to ensure optimal service delivery. The Nigeria Union of Journalists NUJ in Bayelsa State has condemned the recent attack by gunmen on the private radio station Redeem 94.7 FM in Yenagoa. NUJ Bayelsa Council Chairman Tonye Yemoliga and the Secretary of
at 109,710.37 basis points, while the amount from the previous week's negative sentiment has improved investor confidence and renewed interest in large cap and fundamentally sound stocks drove gains across most sectors. According to data from the Nigerian Exchange Limited, investors traded a total of 2.606 billion shares worth 63.785 billion naira in 77,593 deals, slightly lower than the 2.64 billion shares valued at 77.005 billion naira exchanged in 86,110 deals in the preceding week. The financial services industry maintained dominance on the activity chart, accounting for 1.540 billion shares valued at 28.963 billion naira in 32,805 deals, contributing 59.08% and 45.41% to the total equity turnover volume and value respectively. The presidency on Monday said Nigeria's
following a cordial meeting at the Vatican. The White House spokesperson Caroline Leavitt said Vance handed the pontiff a letter from President Donald Trump and First Lady Melania Trump inviting him to visit as soon as he possibly could. In a statement, the Holy See said both sides had expressed satisfaction with relations between the U.S. and the Vatican during face-to-face talks on Monday. The meeting comes after Vance, a practicing Catholic, joined other dignitaries and worshippers at the Pope's inaugural Mass on Sunday. Religious freedom and cooperation between church and state were also discussed on Monday. The march was reported by the U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio, taking part in that discussion. In entertainment, Nigerian singer Johnny Drill, 28 degrees Celsius, winds will blow southerly at 10 kilometers per hour. The chance of rain is 70%. Tonight, it will be cloudy. Temperature will drop to 22 degrees Celsius. Winds will blow east, southeasterly and variable. The chance of rain drops to 24%. That's the weather outlook for Aba and environs. To end the news, here's a recap of our major stories. President Bola Tinubu has approved licenses for Komani oil projects between Bauchi and Gombe states. Aba North APC has thrown its weight behind President Tinubu, calling for concerted efforts to rebuild Nigeria. Find out that it is usually a flop. From our elections to how we conduct our exams, there is always that Nigerian factor. So I wouldn't blame those who have described what has transpired. The ugly incident in JAMB with not the nicest of words. If there were worse words, they should go ahead and use them. But my perspective about the whole thing is this. Those calling for Oloyede's resignation should kindly take a look at the man's record. Okay? This man, since he came into JAMB, since he emerged as the head of JAMB, he has done quite well. That something happened once since he became the head of JAMB. I don't think we should throw the baby with the bath water. Exactly. Yeah. Let's also take a look at the good he has done.
While you're looking at that, Ben, recall when this issue came up, they were quick to claim that, the fight against malpractice is really working because of that. So that tells you something.
To be fair, that reaction did not come from JAMB. The reaction came from the education minister.
It's still the same system.
I don't know who advised him. He was too quick to blame the students.
That's the problem.
He was. I accept that. He was too quick to blame the students. Whereas The problem, everything that transpired had nothing to do with the students or candidates who sat for that exam.
So
rather, it was certain persons within the exam body. And this morning, if you had listened to what the CEO of Educare said, the man who actually discovered and raised the alarm that, hey, something was terribly wrong with this year's JAMB, Alex Onya, he said something that JAMB outsourcing certain responsibilities to third-party vendors is not right.
Look at that.
JAMB can afford to vouch for its staff. But what about the third-party vendors? The man simply described from conducting an exam, you give it out to certain persons that you cannot vouch for. It says a lot.
It says a lot, but then in an organized society, even the call or his resignation should not even get it by someone. There's no shame. Most of these people that not even able to tell you that, hey, I need to take the back seat for a while this thing cools off.
Well,
it's really crazy.
Some persons would actually throw in the towel. But for me, if the man wants to stay, he should be given the benefit of doubt. He should be given a second chance.
The damage control and with the situation on the ground. Then I heard, a few days later, some exams that took place, they still had same issues and all
Definitely.
that. So
was.
Are we learning what we're earning?
Not at all. I'm an advocate. I've always advocated that JAMB should give candidates the options of either writing with pen or pencil and paper, like we did during our turn. We shaded with HB pencil. And those who want to make use of computers should go ahead and make use of computer. The so-called rescheduled exam have been characterized by so many hiccups, challenges here and there. In Imo, a bus with a lot of candidates was actually held up somewhere. The vehicle broke down, and story was rife that the whole candidates were kidnapped, only for the police to come out to say no, that wasn't the case. But by the time the candidates got to the venue of their exam, guess what? The time allotted for that exam had elapsed. As a result, they couldn't sit. Yesterday, during People and Politics, somebody reached out to say theirs was scheduled for their own exam was scheduled for 6:30 a.m. and by the time they got to the venue, they got late. They were told, okay, that they should wait let's see if they could manage and fix something for them. Well, time caught up with them and they couldn't sit for the exam.
It's unfortunate.
So for me, going forward, we shouldn't lump everybody together. Yes, we want technology. Technology helps, but the truth is, as a country, we still have so many rural areas without access to the internet, without access to computers. How many public schools would you go to today in Abia, as urban as Abia is, and you see computer? People teach computers in paper.
You're too far from that. Outside the issue of this low-ratedness and all that, what about power?
That's it. So many factors.
It's unfortunate. It's a long way home.
True.
It's a long way situation room.
True.
The decay is like, whoa.
True.
May God help us.
Amen.
I'll see you soon.
Thank you.
OgbakondiGbo.com.
What's your favorite FM radio station? Magic 102.9.
Hello, listener. I'd like to welcome you to today's edition of this Radio Temperament program called Me and My Behavior. Me and My Behavior is a program sponsored by Me and My Behavior International, and I am your temperament pastor and the certified human behavior expert, AJ Ademe. Last week, we did an introduction on this series, Mental Health. And today, I promised us that we're going to be looking at the psychology of madness. Okay, let's do this. Every day we wake up to certain existing personal routines for the day that we are consciously or unconsciously adhering to without knowing it. We move into an unscripted day, hoping to have one or two of our desires and expectations come to reality. Most times we succeed and other times we don't. And when we don't, we get frustrated and emotional, and that's normal. These emotional responses are as a result of our brain's personal interpretation of the situation. And because this 3-pound mass weight sized organ in our head, with over 9 billion data-like drivers called neurons, do not know the differences between reality and illusion. It therefore interprets any situation not according to its merit, but according to the previous programming in the brain. Your brain is constantly showing you a version of reality it wants you to see, not what you should see. Now, this is the foundation of neuroscience, which is the study of the functionality of the brain. The last time you got mad at your staff, not for greeting you, it wasn't because it was compulsory for her to do so, but because you have a programming in your brain that have been on auto drive that she must greet you first thing in the morning. This is why, while exchange of pleasantries in some parts of the world could be done through handshake, in other parts of the world, you have to lie 180 degrees flat on the floor before it will be acceptable, or you attract a curse. What is the difference? Nothing. Just what that has been programmed in the brain. Most times what we regard as offenses that drive most of us mad and crazy are nothing but deception from our brain of who or what upset or offended us, but our inability to question certain programmings in our brain that have constantly twisted our reality. That is why your freedom starts from not controlling the situation around you, but controlling how you respond to this situation. And in the course of this series, we're going to be looking at them. So I'd like to stop at this point and let you know that by next week, we're going to be looking at another part of this series, mental health. And the topic for next week is how the brain filters reality. Until I come your way again, same time, same station next week, I'd like to let you know that we're organizing a mental health conference in the city of Aba titled Mental Health Conference 2025 in the month of July. So if you need seat reservation, please text yes to this WhatsApp number 0803-741-6360 0803-741-6360. And in case you need any form of help in the area of anxiety, depression, anger, fear, or whatever it is that is mental health related, please text help to this same WhatsApp number 0803-741-6360 0803-741-6360. Until I come your way again, same time, same station next week, when we'll be continuing on this series on mental health. I remain your temperament pastor and human behavior expert, AJ Ademe. I love you. God bless you.
Magic in me. When I hit the floor, the girls come snapping at me. Now everybody wants some rest of magic, magic, magic. Oh, I got the magic in me.
Set no substitute.
Diocese of Aba Anglican Communion, St. Thomas Church, Obakere, the Vicar, PCC, Anniversary Planning Committee, and the entire members of St. Thomas Church, Obakere cordially invite you to their 110 years anniversary celebration of St. Thomas Church, Obakere, and launching of 100 million naira for completion of new parsonage and project fund. Date Sunday, 25th May 2025. Venue, St. Thomas Church, Obakere. Time 10 a.m. Right Reverend Christian C. Uguzo, JP, and Mrs. Ihoma C. Uguzo, Norma Aba, Bishop of Aba and Chief Host. Signed, Venerable Emmanuel E. Ahunanya, Archdeacon, Mr. Joseph Mwachuku, Secretary Planning Committee, Honorable Ihanyi N. Mwachuku, Chairman Planning Committee, and Reverend Canon Stanley C. Sunday, Vicar and Host.
I can't get enough. It's just the right amount of sweetness. I mean, just the right crunch. Mini-Me Chin-Chin is different. Table manners? Forget that. Mini-Me Chin-Chin tastes really good. You just have to indulge. It's worth every crunch. Can I have one more? And maybe another one. And another one? And another one. And another one. Mini-Me Chin-Chin. Now available in a 150-gram Boku pack. Mini-Me. Taste the fun.
Remember the name Arenas Plus. When malaria strikes, Arenas Plus. Remember the name Arenas Plus. When you feeling down, Arenas Plus.
Arenax Plus is the name to remember when you need to beat malaria with ease. Arenax Plus is a combination of artemether and lumenfantrine and is effective in the treatment of malaria in adults and children. So the next time malaria strikes, remember the name. Arenax Plus beats malaria with ease.
If symptoms persist after 3 days, please see a doctor. Available in pharmacies near you. Arenax Plus is a quality product from Swiffer.
Pianzo, kamju kenegi he kedu ihe na-egbochi gị mgbe ị na-eteta n'ụtụtụ ọbụla ọ bụ na ịmaghị otu ụbọchị gị ga-esi wee je na ụbọchị na-aga gịnị na-eme ka obi gị na-agba ọsọ ọ bụ egwu na ị naghị eme nke ọma mgbe o ruru mgbede ọ bụ oge ntakịrị ọzọ na-agụsị gị agụ ike ihe ọbụla ọ bụ chetakwa na ọnwụnwa na nsogbu anaghị akọwa gị kama otu isi wee bilie imeri ha iji kọọ na ihe kwenyere na ya otu ahụ ka ihe esi wee nwere onwe gị n'aka ihe na-egbochi gị nweta data na-enweghị oke ya na nkwado batrị ruru awa 6 iji mee ka ị nwee ijikọ na-enweghị nkwụsị na Airtel 4G 5G Smart Connect gaa n'ụlọ ahịa Airtel dịrị gị nso maka ozi ndị ọzọ. Airtel, ihe kpatara iche echiche.
The world is changing and opportunities are everywhere. The question is, are you ready to seize them? For far too long, we have been conditioned to think within the constraints of geographical borders created by man. An example is Nigeria. But let me tell you something profound. You are part of the world, not just one nation. You don't just live in Nigeria, you live in the world. It's time to break free, look beyond borders, and seek opportunities that span the globe. You need a world view. The world is open for business, and the opportunities are endless. It's time to think global. It's time to trade global. Visit hfm.com or download the HFM app on Google Play Store or App Store to get started today.
Every day when my children return from school, I don't recognize them. Hello, do I know you?
It's us, mommy.
But these dirty, sweaty uniforms and socks were clean in the morning. Everything don't transform. I understand though, school is hectic. It takes energy to come home this transformed. So I make sure they have some nutritious Milo at breakfast.
Your kids need nourishing energy. Give them Milo at breakfast. It has nutrients that support energy release to help them get the most out of their day. Milo, energy to go further.
Milo! Ịtụ ndụ mmanụ na-amasị m ya mere m jiri na-eri nri akpọrọ aka sie nke na-edozi ahụ n'ime ite ji porridge m ntinyecha azụ ntinye yabasị ose na ogo tupu m tinyezie nut cube nke ga-ewepụta ọmarịcha ụtọ dị na nri m ka ọ bụrụ eri amịcha aka. Ndị be anyị chetanụ na nke onye riri ka o buo. Tinye akwụkwọ nri na-ama pokopoko na nri gị niile werezie nut cube mee ya ka ọ bụrụ eri amịcha aka. Rie nri na-edozi ahụ taa.
Malaria affects every one of us, but pregnant women, children under 5 years of age, people living with HIV and AIDS are more vulnerable, and we must protect them. The fight to eliminate malaria begins with you and I, and we can win it. Good hygiene, clean environment, and sleeping inside insecticide-treated nets are key. Let's practice them. You can now obtain free malaria testing and treatment services at any health facility, especially at the 584 health centers in the 292 wards across the 17 local government areas of the state. However, only those who tested positive for malaria will be treated with anti-malarial medication, ACT. For a malaria-free Abia State, let's play our part. This message is courtesy Abia State Malaria Impact Project, Ministry of Health, supported by the World Bank.
I'm in love, Sonia tomato mix, stand up. Easy to open, easy to squeeze, easy to scoop and easy to start. Dishes come alive with so much taste. Sonia tomato mix, of course. Sonia tomato mix, yes sir. Sonia tomato mix, stand up. Sonia tomato
Vitamix in a new stand-up pouch.
Emeka, ihe ntụ oyi gị nke a na-akwụnye n'ọkụ ọ na-atụ oyi karịa oyi ụgụrụ. Biko, ebe ka ị zụtara ya?
Na Jumia ka m zụtara ya ahụ. Mgbe o rutere m aka bụ mgbe m kwụrụ ụgwọ ya. Ịma na ọ dị oke mkpa na m nwere ihe ntụ oyi na oge okpomọkụ dị ugbu a.
Lee m anya o. Ya wụrụ na m matara n'oge site na Jumia ka m kara ịzụta nke m. Ịma na akwụrụ m ụgwọ izu ụbọchị 6 gara aga. Rute ugbu a enwetaghị ihe m kwụrụ ụgwọ ya. Ọ dị ka eji ụzọ aghụghọ anapụ m ego.
Ọ bụ ihe mwute. Ya ka ihe ntụ oyi jụọ gị ahụ oyi ọsịsọ na-ekpokpopụ si atasịsị gị n'ahụ dị ka nke ewu eji emere ekeresimesi.
Achọrọ m ka ị dị ka Emeka, onye ihe obi ụtọ ya dị mkpa nke ukwuu. Ị pụkwara ime nlọghachi mgbe ọ dị mkpa. Usoro na ọnọdụ dịkwa. Ụbọchị ngwa Jumia taa site na ekwentị gị. Jumia, zitere ihe obi ụtọ.
Then say health na wealth, but when person dey arrange in health, come lose one hand, one leg. Abi na when you dey hospital, they come tell you say you must drop heavy money first before they even think of to begin any treatment.
But when Avon HMO Tandagidiba with you, you no go dey shout yekpa, cause last now all of us need people. Visit avonhealthcare.com now to take get Avon Health Plan for you and your people.
Avon HMO, empowering you to live a healthier, fuller life.
From state to state, country to country, and across the triple W's, we bring you up to date with the latest happenings. Magic 102.9 ABBA, transforming lives through the airwaves. It's Magic 102.9 ABBA. Live the magic.
Frag out! This is where sports lives.
Here we go!
Football.
Driver! Matic takes the net off!
Chiellini Quadrado! Oh my goodness! A special goal in a special game!
Tennis. Basketball.
Well, let's go!
Formula One. Boxing. Athletics.
Justin Gatlin with a time of 9.92 seconds is the world champion.
And lots more. Sports Breakfast.
Oh my God!
Everything you need in the world of sports. We offer you that. Join Magic FM Sports Tag Team. Mondays through Fridays. 7:30 a.m. Sports Breakfast. Let's get sporty.
This is the
hottest station.
Magic FM 102.9. Yeah, that's us. Feel the magic.
Hi, my name is Oke Bakassi, motivational comedian, Nollywood actor. Yes, I know you're listening for everything sports. Keep listening to Sports Breakfast on Magic FM 102.9.
Okay, my name is Clean Drunk. I am going to break my fast with Sports Breakfast because it's faster than the fast that you were breaking when you were breaking your fast. It's Sports Breakfast on Magic 102.9 ABBA. Chineke, please, Shima one more.
102.9 Sports Breakfast.
Now scrambles away from one hit. Looks, uncorks a deep one for the end zone. Phelan is down there. Oh, he got it!
Well, athletes stomp up Ogun State on first-class facilities, no games village distance. Impressive Raducanu beats Kasatkina in Strasbourg. And Kano Pillars declare goalkeeper Emeka Onya wanted. A very good morning to you. Welcome to Sports Breakfast on Magic 102.9. Judah Chang reporting for DT at this hour. And I've got Mr. Tony Ademodi in the building as well. Tony, good morning and welcome to the show.
Yeah, good morning, Jude. It feels good to be here this Tuesday morning.
Well, let's get started talking sports, talking the tennis this morning. 2024 National Sports Festival have thumped up host Ogun State for putting up first-class facilities for the games. The athletes, however, expressed concern with the distance of the games village, Babcock University to Abeokuta. The games village is situated in Ileshan Remo, which is around 2 hours drive from Abeokuta. Well, Team Enugu were walked over by Team Edo after arriving late for their men's handball encounter on Monday. Well, the Enugu handball player says what we have here are first-class facilities that you can see in other top countries in the world. The accommodation and arrangement at the games village is also commendable. The major obstacle we're facing is the long distance between Games Village and main center here in Abeokuta. Moving from there to Abeokuta is quite tasking, and we have suffered the effect already. We couldn't arrive on time for our game against Edo State and automatically lost the game. Now, Tony, is a bit of a concern really when you talk about wonderful facilities in place and all of that, but then when there's a major issue of distance between Games Village, between the centers. I mean, it's of course a major issue because this is only day one or day two of the games. I'm already having issues of teams not arriving on time because they have to move from one part of the state to another. How do we, ensure that this does not happen again?
Well, it's quite sad. I think the organizers should have taken into consideration the distance from one venue to the other, because if you look at Ogun State from the Babcock University down to the Games Village, come on, it's a distance. It's a distance, and sometimes it can take a toll on these athletes, and most of the teams are camped somewhere around the Babcock University. A couple of the states, the contingents are camped there. We also have a couple of others camped in various parts of the city of Ogun State there. But then that's just what it is. The athletes will have to go through that very tough a period of traveling. It's like traveling, because if you're moving from Babcock University to where some of those games are being played, it takes you over 30 minutes to get to that place. And when you go to a competition like this, you have various competitions happening at various places, so it's not just everything happening in a particular center. So you have to move from center 1 to center B depending on the sport involved. The indoor games will definitely have its sport. Not every states have got that luxury of having a complete sports complex, and that's why we talk about facilities in the country. And imagine if we had the best of facilities whereby you can have everything happening in a particular center. But now in Ogun State, you need to move around. We saw that happen in the just concluded Niger Delta Sports Festival, where athletes were moving from one place to the other. That's the same thing applicable at the Gateway Games in Ogun State. So, but then the athletes will just have to make do with that, because at this point they've already given thumbs up to the organizers in terms of facilities and all that. We'll give it to Ogun State. I did watch the opening ceremony that took place just a few days ago. We saw the sights and sounds, the entertainment part of it, and some government officials were also there. But I think we can do better. Ogun State before now promised us that they were going to give Nigerians a whole lot of positive talking points as regards the games as well, the Ogun games. And now day 2 of the tournament, the athletes are already complaining. But then let's see what happens. Some states are already positive of winning medals. Some medals are already coming in. Team Delta is saying they're going to try to do better. Team Bielsa is also saying they want to upstage what Team Delta did in the last edition. So let's see what happens. It's going to run from now to the next couple of days. So I'm sure in the coming days we'll get to see. But expect those teams, Jude, Bielsa, Delta, Edo, and of course maybe Rivers, the South states, to dominate this tournament.
Well, of course, wonderful facilities we here in place, but already the issue of transportation from one point to another is posing a serious issue there. 2 hours, as a matter of fact, we're told, from them to move from Abeokuta to Ilishan Remo, where they are situated. So it's a bit of an issue there. I hope the organizers,
traveling from Aba to Okigwe,
something like that, or even more,
going up to Lokbanta,
something like that.
Enugu. So you can imagine moving up and down. Come on, that's quite stressful.
Not to gel like that. Let's quickly go straight to the world of tennis, where Emma Raducanu produced an encouraging display to win the second round in Strasbourg as she continued to build momentum before the French Open. The British number 2, who accepted a late wild card for the tournament, was in fine form in the 6-1, 6-3 win over world number 17, Daria Kasatkina. World number 43, Raducanu had not won a set in 3 previous meetings with Kasatkina, but the inconsistent Australian failed to win a single service game. Raducanu will face American Danielle Collins in the last 16 as she continues her preparations for the French Open, which begins on Sunday. After reaching the Miami Open quarterfinals in March and moving back inside the world's top 50, Raducanu chose to take a physical and mental break from competitive action. What that meant, she did not begin her clay court swing until a month later in Madrid. A second round exit in the Spanish capital was followed by last week's run to the Italian Open 4th round, where she managed to win 3 clay court matches in a row for the first time in her career. Victory over Kasatkina was another indication the Briton is hitting her stride at the ideal time before her second French Open campaign begins. The 2021 US Open champion is currently working with Mark Petcher, a former coach of Andy Murray, on an informal basis, having been without a full-time coach since January. Elsewhere on Monday, fellow Briton Haradat was knocked out in the first round of French Open qualifying, losing 6-1, 6-2 to Ukrainian 21-year-old Anastasia Soboleva. Heather Watson and Francisca Jones will begin their bids to join Raducanu, Katy Butler and Sonny Kata in the main draw on Tuesday. It's all about tennis. The US Opens, the French Open is just around the corner already. We're having preparatory games, opens here and there, tournaments to build to keep the players in shape for that main one. It's a clay court season, by the way. Some players are so used to the clay court. Some find it very difficult to adapt to how the ball moves on clay and all of that. But Emma Raducanu, having won the US Open in 2021, of course, we've talked about her for some time here on the show. She did prove to us that she's got something to offer, but obviously in the last 3-4 years she's struggled, but it's looking like she's hitting the right form at the right time, just maybe for the French Open this year. Well,
I think it's good for her. 22-year-old Emma Raducanu, British number 2 right now. She went into that game against her opponent, and you rightly mentioned that she has a new coach now. Talking about Pecci, the new coach of Emma Raducanu. I think she needed to start on a good note. We did see her in the Italian Open, where she won 3 games or thereabout in the Italian Open, and now she came up against a player she has never beaten before in their last 3 previous meetings. So she knew she was always going to find a way of winning it. She did not want to extend it to four times, facing that very player and not winning it. So she had to fight very hard there, winning Daria Kasatkina. It's a very good one for her. She's one player who a whole lot of people feel she might just go on to do greater things. We did see her lose to Coco Gauff at the Italian Open. At that point she actually admitted that she wasn't at her best against Coco Gauff, and now she's into another tournament. She came into this one, like you stated, via a wild card. At some point she never wanted to take part in this one, but somehow she got into this one, and of course she's gotten a good result. Well, I'm happy for her. Let's see what happens. She's going to come up against yet again another tough opponent, when they come up against each other. At the age of 22, she's won every single type of exchange against her opponent, and now let's see what happens for this lady. And we also did see a couple of other results, Jude. I'm sure you did highlight that. We did see the likes of Daniel Alcaraz, Alexander Zverev. Zverev was in action yesterday as well. Zverev overcame Asquez. He was made to battle for a 6-1, 7-6 victory over Alexander Kovacevic. We also did see a couple of others. Andy Rublev was in action, who recorded a 6-4, 6-3 win yesterday as well. So I'm sure it's getting more intense. Cameron Noor was also in action. British number 3, Cameron Noor. He lifted Dominic Sticker as well, 7-6, 6-3 in that one. We're looking forward to the French Open already. And of course, on clay court, listening to Raducanu, she said she's enjoying her time playing in clay these days. She said she wasn't really a big fan of playing on clay court, But coming into this one, she says she's enjoying it, and let's just hope that she's going to enjoy it up until the end. We still have a long way to go. Of course, winning that one would only help, put her on a better position to see if she can do better. But for now, it's been a good one for her. Bridges number 2. I'm sure they expect that's a place where things are done well. You talked about the Ash Stadium. You can compare it to what you have in some parts of the world. Arguably, one of the top stadium there in the world, and it tells you that these guys they know what it means to invest in infrastructure. They're even expanding it, making it better. A place that is already looking good, but those guys are saying, "Hey, we can even make it better." That's where things are done right, not like what we have, in Africa especially, and in some parts of the world where we are here talking about poor infrastructures here and there. Even our own national stadium, we can't boast of having the best of facilities right there. But look at what's happening at the Ash Stadium. Come on, Jude. So much money invested here, and I tell you, definitely they are going to, reap the dividend in just a few years from now.
Definitely investing properly. That's what they are doing. Well, let's take a break right now. It's a quarter before 8 o'clock. We'll take a break. When we return, we'll go straight to the football side of life, where there is a lot as well. Well, Tony, let's quickly go straight to one that interests me this morning. Nigerian Premier Football League side Kano Pillars has officially declared their goalkeeper Emeka Onya absent without official leave. In a statement released yesterday through the club's media channels, Kano Pillars reviewed that all efforts to contact Onya have failed. Well, I'm just quickly run through that release. They said Kano Pillars FC wishes to inform the public, our esteemed supporters, and all stakeholders that our goalkeeper Emeka Onya has been absent without official leave from the team since March 2025. Despite several efforts by the club's management and technical crew to reach out to him through various channels, there has been no communication or response from Emeka Onya. That statement at the Tony, do you know where Emeka is?
I'm not his guardian angel. But then, Jude, when I get stories like this, players being declared a whole, players missing, moving away from clubs, it only goes on to point, to one direction. Now, Kano Pillars is saying the player has been declared a whole. The question is, how did he join the club? Did Kano Pillars also tell us in that report of the contract details of Emeka Onya? Emeka is a player I know so well. He played for, he actually kept for Enugu Rangers at some point, kept for Wiki Torres of Bauchi. He's a top goalkeeper. If you look at him, he's got lots of experience when it comes to the MPFL. But Kano Pillars are very fast to release a statement. Hey, a player has been declared a woe. Jude, you and I know it's not the first time players have been declared a woe. Players will be declared a woe by clubs. The next week or the next few months, that same player will sign for another club in the country. And the same club that declared the player will not say any other thing. So it goes on to tell you that something is fundamentally wrong somewhere. A player would not just wake up and leave a club. Something must have happened. Did the Kano Pillars stick to the contract agreements when Emeka came on board? I'm just suggesting here. Did Kano Pillars stick to the contract? Did he join the club on loan? Because if a player joins a club on loan, Jude, we've been in this business. Players will come to a club on loan. The club will take the player. The player will say, okay, I'm joining this club on loan, no transfer fee, you only pay my salary. When I get a better offer, I move. And clubs will agree. Sometimes verbally, sometimes they have contracts. But in this case, I think Kano Pillars is not telling Nigerians something that has gone on the ground. Because a player will not just wake up, pick his bag and leave a club when he knows he's got a contract.
You think players don't have such tendencies in the Nigerian Premier League?
No, they do. But what I'm saying is, Kano Pillars should have also stated in that report that this player joined us from Club A or Club B. Okay. He was signed on a 6-month loan or a 1-year contract.
To us.
That is what they would have said. But in that report, they only say that player has been declared a woe. So what it means is that maybe Emeka must have looked at it. Okay, imagine them saying the player left since March. And it is in the month of May.
Maybe they've given him the benefit.
In the month of May, that they decided that's 2 months after.
After they've gone searching for him and they didn't find him.
How did he join the club? Emeka is from Enugu State. He lives in Enugu State. Is Emeka in the country? Has he signed for any other club in the country? Has he moved abroad for greener pastures? These are things that can be.
Well, I also think it would be proper for Emeka, if at all he has a team, to also come out to say, look, okay, this is the situation. Why are you declaring me a war when I do not have a contract with you anymore?
You and I know what happens in the Nigerian league. Players will be declared a war. the next month or the next transfer window, that same player would sign for another club and even play against the club that declared him award.
And nothing will happen.
And that it ends there. So it means that something fundamentally wrong, or fundamentally wrong somewhere. The contract details, why did Kano Pillars tell us? So Emeka must have looked at it. Hey, after Emeka joined Kano Pillars 2 seasons ago. He was there last season, and now he had to leave. Who knows if Kano Pillars also failed to keep to their own contract details?
Okay,
it's a two-way thing.
Well, only time will tell. But then that's the story this morning. Kano Pillars Football Club are saying, look, this player has left, and we've exhausted all channels
after 3 months
to get across to him. Maybe in that time they were looking for him too.
So you look for a player for 3 months.
Well, maybe
why did they not report to the right channels?
Well, maybe they were giving him the benefit of the doubt.
You have the players' union, you have the NFF. Why did they not go there? Why did they not write to the club, or did Emeka join them from the sky? He moved from one club to joining them.
But we're not told. We're not told the efforts they've made yet.
Why did they not say it in that statement?
Okay.
They only came to the press to say, "Hey, our player has run away."
Okay.
Why did they not?
They should have given us a detailed.
We know those things. At the end of the day, this same Emeka Onya will sign for another Premier League side. Jude will be here to announce that Emeka has signed for another Premier League team.
And nothing will happen.
It ends there. Simple. It's Nigeria. That's where it ends.
Okay, I love the story. Now let's quick
idea of penalties where games end in draws, as we saw in the Foster versus Nagotex game last week. At this stage, our technical assessment is that the academy teams are more tactically oriented than the club teams. Also, the academy teams appear to be focused on player development, whereas the club teams just want to win the league. And this has, in our view, created a critically different mentality among the players. These observations, and I need to stress may lead us to placing but these are still early days. Finally, I have to thank our listeners for tuning into the live radio broadcast of the matches on Magic FM, and inform them also that they can now visit the league website on www.51alliance.com. That's 51 Alliance, one word, to read the match reports and see the pictures of the heroes that we are cultivating in the Super League. So that's the way it's been evolving now. And
decided, that game for Foster Academy, I did see a couple of young stars, talented players in that one. And I'm sure they're looking like a team that will go all the way. They look pretty good. I don't know if Uchekere has got what it takes to upstage, Foster Academy. But in a game of football, you never can tell where the direction the pendulum will be swinging to. But it's going to be an interesting one. Keep your eye on that Foster Academy, Jude. They look to me like the brightest.
And that man leading the lines for them. What's his name again?
Is it Matthew or something? I can't remember. But what a player he
looks like a very good prospect.
If you watch Foster Academy, Jude, what I found out in that game last week was that they look like a team that have played together. The understanding is really there, despite playing in a smaller pitch.
And their support from their fans too.
You could see, transition of the game, and that's what I love to see when it comes to football, from defense to midfield to attack. It shows you that there is something they are doing. I've seen the other games, but the one I saw last week, Jude, Foster Academy is one team I might be rooting for all the way, except something happens. But I'm already impressed with their kind of game. As a football person, I've followed football, and when I see a team that is tactically sound, I'll tell you that Foster Academy has given me what to talk about. So I'll be rooting for them.
And as a sanctioned match commissioner,
come on, this thing. We are scouts.
It's certified match commissioner.
We are scouts. We know when you see when you see a good player, when you see a good team, Foster Academy is it for me. I'm gonna root for them all through this tournament.
Okay, let's see the other teams as well. Izima FC, Dreamland Football Club, Uchikeria, Nagotex. All of these teams will be battling it out. But tomorrow, of course, 3:20 p.m. we shall bring you that live commentary from that center. You don't want to miss it, do you? Big one there. Foster Academy taking on Uchikeria FC right there at the 51 Alliance Sports Complex.
I'm also happy, Jude, that teams in Aba actually took part. Uchikeria FC has done so well. Mr. Frank, one of those that have invested so much when it comes to grassroots football right here in the city. He's been around for a couple of years now, and it's only a matter of time. I'm sure in the coming months or years, he's definitely going to pay off for that. You saw him that day, I did. Mr. Frank. Just keep doing what you're doing, and the sky will be your start.
Dreamland too has also been around.
Yeah, Dreamland Academy. He's been around. These days, organizing a scouting event, bringing Hungarian, scouts. He's been around, I think, from the year 2013 2013 or 2014. He's taken his team from one step to the other, and the man from Ukwa East, Mr. Ndudi, taking his team from one place to the other. He's also got players outside the shores of the country, so it tells you that you have to invest in football and you need to have patience. At the end of the day, it will always pay off.
Big ups to everybody investing, putting their money where their mouth is as football development is or sports development is concerned in Abia State. Once again, Mr. Dike Demiri, I doff my heart for you, for this wonderful, piece you brought forward. Now let's quickly go straight to Europe. We do not have all the time. Liverpool last night were in action against Brighton. Brighton fighting back really to get a win.
Well, they want to get to Europe. Talking about that, FA Cup win. They will be taking on Wolverhampton Wanderers at the Selhurst Park today at 8 p.m. Man City will host Bournemouth same time at the Etihad Stadium at 8 p.m. tonight. And away from that, let's go to other stories. Let's go to Italy, where a quarter of Serie A coaches will be missing from the dugout from their team's final matches of the season, including title hopefuls Antonio Conte and Simeone Inzaghi. Napoli coach Conte and Inter Milan counterpart Inzaghi will have to watch from the stands as their Chivu was also sent off for his reaction. So what it means is that this coaches will be in the stand
from the dugout
on a final day. Come on,
Friday.
It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. And we're hearing that some of these coaches have also been fined €5,000 and one match ban for Chivu. Okay, apart from Chivu, was fined the €5,000 euro. The Serie A also confirmed that all the 5 coaches have been handed a one match ban. All of them, apart from Chivu, have also been fined. So if you're not strong enough, the Italian Serie A, that is where it is very tough.
Definitely.
You cannot stand the heat in the kitchen.
Don't get into it. Anyways, well, it's interesting really, the Italian Serie A, how it has panned out so far this campaign. Till the final day, we don't have a winner yet, and I think that's what a proper league should be. No disrespect to the Premier League really.
This is Matilda Anyamele, SSA to the Governor on Creative Art and Culture. Dame Ngozi Wabara, PhD, immediate past mail, Commissioner Local Government Service Commission.
Sonia Tomato Mix in a new stand-up pouch.
Harude, my young baby, Harude.
Hey, whoa, Mama, it's not Harude now. It's all day deodorant.
Abumo, leave me and my Harude, I beg. Because you dash me past you.
Mama, not be perfume now. It's deodorant.
Now roll on they talk now. See they make me scent where Harude.
All day, Mama, all day.
Whether na market or even church self, I go wear them. Harude. I know they fear sweat again.
All day.
Oh my little. Now wait till you say the way go that your office now, When you came,
Mama, not all day shoppers.
Whether na all day, Harude, as long as you dey buy up, I go dey use.
Mama, you never change. All Day Antiperspirant and Deodorant has you covered all day, whether it's market runs or office calls. Smell sweet, feel fresh and confident. Do it for you. All Day Antiperspirant and Deodorant, now available in stores near you.
Arenas Plus bụ ahụ ị ga-echeta mgbe ị chọrọ ịchụ ọrịa ịba ọsọ ukwu eru ala n'ụzọ dị mfe. Arenas Plus bụ nke ejiri Artemether na Lumefantrine wee gwakọọ. Ọ na-arụ ọrụ ọfụma iji gwọọ ọrịa ịba n'ahụ okenye nakwa ụmụaka. Ya mere, mgbe ọzọ ọrịa ịba kụturu gị, cheta aha ahụ.
Ọ bụrụ na anyị ụlọ ala adịgide n'ụbọchị atọ, biko, hụ dọkịnta gị.
Ọmarịcha ọgwụ sitere na Suifa.
My son, help me check this phone. I don't know wetin Junior press. E no dey work again.
Make I see. Mommy.
Wetin happen?
They don't block your line now.
Nobody like to chop blocking, no. So, if they don't block you unto say you not link your NIN to your Airtel line, run kitty go any Airtel shop with your NIN to unblock your line today.
Airtel, a reason to imagine.
Mr. Teacher, please, what happens when children come to school? How is it that they leave home very neat and return looking so different?
Non-stop action, ma. All the learning and sports burn energy. So those sweat stains, dirty uniforms and shoes, they show that your kid has been very active.
Now, wow.
Your kids need nourishing energy. Give them Milo at breakfast. It has nutrients that support energy release to help them get the most out of their day. Milo, energy to go further.
Milo! Mommy! I want to watch YouTube.
Not my phone again. Every time YouTube.
Mommy, I want to watch YouTube.
I want to watch YouTube. Not with my phone. Go and watch TV.
But there's no YouTube on our TV.
That's before. With the new Airtel Smart Router, for just 25,000 naira, you can watch YouTube and more on any TV. Even our own TV.
Really? Yay! Thank you, Mommy.
Oh, you're welcome.
Turn any TV into a smart TV with the Airtel Smart Router and watch Nollywood movies, football, and lots more on YouTube with unlimited data for 30 days. Airtel, a reason to imagine.
No be party jollof this same.
Abeg, make nothing hungry you again today.
I am pregnant wey every day follow talk so.
Neighbor,
abeg neighbor, just one spoon.
No wahala.
Chef, wetin be your secret?
Now, Mr. Chef seasoning powder. Mr. Chef seasoning powder get spicy stew, goat meat, fried rice, and roasted beef from great aroma to great taste.
Elevate every meal with Mr. Chef seasoning powder. Chef.
Magic 102.9.
We are this. We are like young volcanoes. And this. You and me, we can ride on a star. If you stay with me, girl, we can rule the world. We're also
I love it.
Magic
102.9 FM.
The Buzz. Here's
Ike with Dreams.
Turn it up.
What's up? Listen, my charm is 818, 812, of course. And TA.
Yeah.
OJ.
Yes, sir.
These are gentlemen. No, they are young guys. What did you say? I should not call you guys gentlemen.
No, there's no gentleman. If you're a gentleman,
no, you can't walk.
People go run you street.
You don't need to be gentle
for this country. People go run you street.
You don't need to be gentle.
Before your own kuro eyes like
this. That
no, there's no gentleman again. There's no gentleman in here.
Everybody in the streets.
Don't be gentleman like.
You know they work for Nigeria. Once people perceive that you're calm and gentle, people tend to take advantage of you.
Override.
Yes, they see it as weakness, and for me that's not good.
So you want to like?
No, that's goes. Head on.
But sometimes it backfires.
What backfires?
This issue of hey, I'm the man, even when you know you don't have him.
No. The point is not that you go physical, but you try to put out the message to the other.
That you're not weak and soft.
I'm not weak. I'm not soft. I'm just. Accepting this like not because of saying
but with wisdom, of course, I think.
No, with wisdom, of course.
There's some people overdo that. Well, I don't know. This dream of the Premiership trophy, the tour in Nigeria, Lagos, all frenzy, people and all that. Before we went on air, OJ, you said something about being the real trophy.
That cannot be the real trophy.
Replica.
Come on, I don't want to believe
that.
No, that cannot be the real
it's a replica.
Even Liverpool themselves have not even. The point is, even if you win the Premier League title, they give you a trophy. What they do is that they retrieve from you and give you a replica. You can only keep it when you won it. Is it 3 times?
It could be the replica that is it?
I don't forget it's not the first time this is happening. The Premier League has come. Is it the Champions League? Yeah, has been here a couple of times, and even that one that came was still the replica. It can't be the original. Come on, that's quite expensive. Karat gold, that's pure gold. No, I'm not sure the organizers want to take that risk.
You know
what we're talking about?
Premier League trophy come Niger. Street boys could just corner.
No, I
think what they do is that since it's a replica, they get the blessing of the owners of it, which is the Premier League. They say, okay, this is take blessings and go
move.
And move. But to say it is what
The real deal.
No.
Yeah. So that's to say you can easily do this thing back home. Yeah.
I think if you go to
Road
shopping,
go to Ngwa Road and you're going to see replicas.
You look at it, yes. For quality, the difference is in the quality. I mean, you can do something that looks like something, but it's not the original. Talking about 18 karat gold, maybe even more. You know, I'm not going to give it to you to just carry on between
Jamboree.
Jamboree, you know, say
before one big python would swallow it.
Yes.
I spider will swallow it though.
Well, we saw what actually happened. I don't know. It was more like a thrilling 3-2 comeback victory for beautiful Brighton last night.
Yeah.
And Liverpool are champions, English champions. You know, it's certified. You can't change that color.
Not at all.
But it looks like Ancelot and his boys are on auto sleep mode. yeah, then auto sleep mode. Like, hey, the body is willing, but the spirit is way too gone.
I agree with you. I agree with you. It does look like they've taken their foot off the gas already. I mean, since they won that title, they've had they've dropped points against Arsenal. They dropped points against who was that? I think in about 3 games or there, but they've not won. Yeah, so just tells you. I mean, why would you want to kill yourself for it? You've won the title already. So I can understand. Maybe for individual records and other people like Mo Salah might want to add to his goal tally, but even that. He's still not getting the goal, so
he's not.
Now, if you look at it, you look at the starting 11. It was more or less a second-string Liverpool team. Take away Mo Salah, he started with Kwanzaa, Konate in the heart of defense, Bradley, Tsimikas, Szoboszlai, Elliott, Gakpo, and Federico Chiesa spearheading the attack. Chiesa has played how many games for them this season? So they've already won the league title. So what else?
Tony, get my point. Already won, but that from start to finish.
There's no need now. You don't win league. If you
that's just the reality. When you win the league early like that and you're not contending for anything, nothing really for you. You just
keep the boys fresh.
Just play easy, and then so you don't pick up unnecessary injuries like that. Except there is something in it.
Yeah, and maybe. Bright hope for Brighton.
Maybe there was a landmark record. If there was a record to be broken, like say maybe highest number of games ever won, number of points, in the season. Those kind of things can inspire. But in this case, even if they win their remaining games, they're not going to break any record.
That's a chance for the
points wide anyway. I don't know.
Salah is on 28 goals. His closest challenger is on 23 or so.
The gap
with
is
1 game to go. So there's really nothing in it. So I always told guys, those putting their money where their mouth is.
Well, I don't know, but I know the teams like maybe Man City could wish like their final game will be up against Liverpool because the way they are going. But talk about I kind of feel Premier League table is somehow set for another dramatic shift tonight. Man City face off against Bournemouth, a must win that could alter the top 5 standings as we see. I think Chelsea currently, what position is that again?
Chelsea fourth.
Yeah,
37 games.
Points, right?
Yeah,
Chelsea 6 points.
Yeah, 66.
And are in danger of being overtaken if City wins tonight. And so I kind of feel the pressure cuts both ways.
Yeah, it's like a 4-team battle somewhere around that, because we've got Newcastle on 66 points, we've got Chelsea on 66, we've got Aston Villa on 66, we've got City on 65. If City wins tonight,
and City got Forest knocking from behind.
Yes, Forest is knocking. Forest play Chelsea on the final day at their home ground. That would be very crucial as well. Villa go to Man United. Man United might not have anything to play in that one, so Villa could well win that game, and that puts pressure on Chelsea. City obviously they win tonight against Bournemouth, even though Pep Guardiola was asking that the game be moved further because he thinks playing the FA Cup final on Saturday and playing today is unfair to his team. He's saying that game maybe should have been played tomorrow or next tomorrow. I wonder what that is. But I think if City wins tonight, then the pressure is more on Chelsea. Because Chelsea would have a more difficult task in beating Nottingham Forest on the final day. Villa can easily beat Man United on the final day.
Well, you never know, because United, when they see these big guns, they want to
But I think it's good for us really, and for Brighton they still have their continental aspirations high. The win yesterday keeps them very much in the discussion of continental football. So let's see how it all goes down.
Well, let's see how it goes, but Tony, what do you kind of think? Looking at Manchester City against Southampton, their last game, and tonight up against a more difficult team, Bournemouth. If you're to have a one-on-one with Pep, what's your approach to tonight's game?
Nothing else but go out for a win. You know, Pep was talking about.
But you saw what they did
in the FA Cup.
No, in the Southampton last game with the Southampton.
Yeah, I think
it was so boring.
He ended in a draw. It ended in a draw against Southampton, and Man City have lost him a little bit. They lost the FA Cup to Crystal Palace, and that would it might even affect their kind of play. But Pep is one manager that has shown over the years that when he gets difficult, he can still come out of it. Tonight against Bournemouth, it's not going to be an easy one. Man City, they know the importance of this game. If they lose tonight against Bournemouth, then they might as well, miss out on that, Champions League spots, depending on what happens on the final day. So for me, I think Pep and his Man City team would want to go all out, for a victory tonight.
Out, Tony, I'm looking in terms of formation, OJ. You think some changes?
At this point, he has to play his best 11.
Yeah, this game is
his best 11.
Maybe one of the most important games of the season for them.
And you know how tough.
Yes, and Bournemouth are very difficult team to play. But then the thing is that they play at the Etihad. I don't know, maybe that would give them any form of advantage. I wouldn't know. But if this game was to be played at the Vitality Stadium, the home of Bournemouth, I'd have said City could lose this. But since they play at home tonight, maybe they might be motivated, something extra there. But they're coming into this one on the back of that defeat. I don't know what the mindset would be like. So it's a bit tricky, really. Tonight I'd advise that anybody who's putting his money should just
be careful.
Very careful. Yeah.
Maybe 0.5
or a GG.
But we must see goals tonight.
Or a GG.
Well, Bournemouth could be very, very tight sometimes defensively. And City themselves, they've not been scoring like they used to score. At the weekend, they did not score. So must be careful in how you.
Well, bottom line, I cannot feel that European destiny is in their hands. It's all in your hands. Make it happen. Pep Guardiola, in an interview, said Manchester City would not deserve to qualify for the Champions League if they fail to finish outside the top 5. But he's hopeful they'll cross the line tonight. We wish them the very best.
Yeah.
They wish them the very best. And away from that, Crystal Palace and Wolves, and after winning FA Cup against an A-list team, it will shock you that tonight Crystal might just perform by the wayside.
No, I think Crystal will want to come out really good. Winning the FA Cup, sometimes will give you more energy, to go all the way. Where they are seated 12th on the log, they have 49 points. They've been either here or there. But that win in the FA Cup, I'm sure they will look at it and say it's been an already successful season for them, winning the FA Cup. And let's not forget they will be in Europe next season, courtesy of their FA Cup win. So I think Crystal Palace are just enjoying their time. They come up against the Wolverhampton Wanderers team that is currently 14th on the table. So Wolves has got nothing to lose. It's like
but it's easy for them.
It's like an easy ride.
At what goes on, they play better football when they are playing with top guns.
Wolves.
And with lowly rated like Wolves, you'll be shocked. It might end a different way.
Yeah, very true. I agree with you. Football sometimes, I think that's why we say philosophy. The psychology, psychology matters a lot. United play against the big teams, they up their game, and then they come up against small teams that are beaten. So it's always, I think it's a thing of the mind, really. And Crystal Palace and Wolves tonight, I don't know where that goes, really. Like Tony said, Palace, the ultimate was to get to the continent. They've gotten already via their FA Cup glory. Whether or not they want to put in so much tonight against Wolverhampton Wanderers, I don't know. Wolves themselves are safe; they are not fighting for anything, so it could not be a very boring game after all.
I think my game to watch tonight is City and
Brentford.
City Bournemouth.
That's what's your prediction, by the way?
Maybe I go for a 2-1 win for City. A 2-1 win, maybe.
City wins. City wins. City wins. Maybe not the score, but I'm just a win for Man City. I think they'll win tonight.
I like that word, but maybe a draw.
Well, a draw is also possible, because Bournemouth are a very difficult team. City are not at their best right now.
And the odds given to...
Just to explain to you what the confidence level is with Erling Haaland. He had a penalty at the weekend and opted to give it to Mamouche to play. Yeah. That's what happens when they play a shot of confidence.
What do you think actually play like? What kind of low self-esteem?
Yes, that's what
confidence.
Yes, confidence. Yes.
But the odds are very high for Bournemouth. If you look at it, the odds are higher. So you can imagine if Bournemouth cause an upset at the Etihad tonight. So it's impossible.
Game over in England, and it sure ended in Germany and other European countries. But in Italy, the Serie A no longer Sunday again. Friday thing.
Yeah, majority of the games will be played on Sunday, but the games involving the contenders, yes, Napoli and Inter Milan, the games involved will be played on Friday to decide the title. This is because Inter Milan have a Champions League game to play, so the authorities felt it would be nice to give them enough time to rest, to recuperate before the finals on the 31st. So that's why they brought the game forward.
Yeah, it's more like down the wire this weekend.
And the coaches will be on the sidelines. Yes. The top coaches, Simeone Inzaghi and his counterparts,
Antonio Conte. They were both sent off in their games at the weekend, so they're going to be. They won't be in the dugout.
1 match ban and a fine of I think €5,000. A fine that to the coaches. So it's very cagey. Who wins it? Inter Milan looks like they really want to go all the way, but there's a Napoli who's also looking at winning it.
Inter up against, anyway, we'll talk about that on Thursday and see whether they can surely give you an insight into what's coming. Right? Well, the season is almost over, and as usual, the transfer window will open, but teams are already making moves. Shopping for the right, but Manchester United will head are set to sign Matheus from the Wolves. I never heard that name before, and I was asking OJ, who is this Matt?
You should hear about him.
Doku.
You should hear about Matheus Cunha. Matheus Cunha. He was signed from Atletico Madrid in 2022 for about £34 million.
I don't care how much.
And ever since he came to Wolves, he's been one of their top players. But the question is, has he done enough to merit that move to Man United? United are about spending over £60 million for that man.
I don't know what
and the question, how many goals has he scored? 64 appearances, he scored 27 goals, 13 assists for Wolverhampton Wanderers. And is he the kind of player Man United needs at this point?
Thinking of upgrade, and you're still going back.
Look at the players United are going for. Delap of Ipswich, Semenyo, and Cunha. Come on, these are players that are just average players.
I think is not a bad player, if you ask me.
He's not, but not.
Actually,
I'm not for the United.
In the real world, the dream world of the top 11 of United, United.
No.
In the dream Manchester top 11 United, my
Who's
brother
Cunha?
Fernandez will struggle.
Cunha should be playing for
to get a regular
share. Playing for Ipswich now.
Matheus
Cunha. Has he done enough, Ike? Yeah, he's been his best position is playing from the left side of the attack. We've seen him score a couple of goals for Wolverhampton Wanderers, but he's got attitude problem, Ike. One of the problems Cunha has, he's temperamental. Any little thing, he lets it, he goes haywire.
I just want to find out. Who calls the shot? Is it the coach, or do you have a team that's in charge of
the sporting director?
The sporting director.
They need to change the man overnight.
United changed theirs not too long ago.
No, but they get the right man. It's not about changing.
They changed Dan Ashworth just not too long ago, and now they have
whoever sanctioned. Who was the last player they bought? Like it's January window. Dogu.
Dogu. Heaven and
now we're hearing of this Wolf guy.
Like United have spent over £1 billion. When they let go of Eric Ten Hag, it cost them about £14.5 million. To let Eric Ten Hag go. They brought in Amorim, and this squad, they've spent over £1 billion. Over £300 million of that fee has been, on credit. So they've got a huge wage bill. United have got a huge wage bill, and if they win the Europa League, it might even help them. But then you can never be sure of how United will play on Wednesday.
And just to let you know that United have said, regardless of what happens tomorrow in the finals of the Europa League, Ruben Amorim stays on.
That is forget the voice you hear. Before dinner time, LJ, a voice will speak from heaven. I'm not even interested in what you are doing a good job, and in the evening I say, oh God, no. If I were Amorim, should gradually be picking his pieces.
Well, the man has said it every time that if he gets the sack, he will not be surprised. He's also admitted that his team, Man United, have played, they've not played well this season. So the man is always admitting to his mistakes.
And there's no guarantee next season. Look at the plans. Look at what happened on ground.
United will lose the likes of Anthony. He's doing well at Real Betis. Marcus Rashford may not return. Jadon Sancho, United are looking for who will buy Jadon Sancho at a giveaway price. And these are all players that are earning huge, over £200,000 a week. So United have got a huge wage bill. They need to let go of those top earners. Who is going to buy Sancho? Is Sancho coming back to United? Well, you don't expect a Rashford to come back to a team he's not having game time. Well, and Anthony in Real Betis.
We're out of time, Tony. It's unfortunate, but that name, Red Devil, may God help us. We're out of that. And away from that, people, what is it about the Kano Pillars goalkeeper that's missing in action again? Are you sure he's not in your village or something?
Emeka is a goalkeeper I know so well. When I got that story just some minutes ago, I was talking with Jude here. It's very easy for clubs to come out to say, hey, our player has been declared a war. But what led to that player leaving the club? The officials of the club will never say it. Now, Kano Pillars is saying the player left the club since the month of March, and we're in May. How many months now? 3 months after you now come out to say your player has been declared a war. And the question is, like I told you here, how did Emekonya join Kano Pillars? Why did Kano Pillars not come out to tell us in that press release he joined us from Club A or Club B for a 6-month loan or a 1-year loan? Nothing was stated. And I've said it here, and I'll repeat it again. It is not the first time, Ike, that in the country where players in the league are declared a war, few weeks or few months later, you see the same player sign for a club in the league and play against the club that declared him a war.
Or maybe
and nothing happens.
Greener pastures outside.
Very true.
Most likely.
Very true.
Most likely. That's what happens most of the time. When a player gets a bigger offer, it could be it could be
trials.
It could be outside. Most times outside of the shores of the country, and then they're looking for ways to go. Maybe the club is not granting an application. They just zap.
They move. And at the end, the funny thing is that if Emeka signs for any club outside the shores of this country, the same Kano Pillars now will still be the club that will issue the ITC. International Transfer Certificate. So at the end of the day, Pillars are just shouting and shouting. By the time the financial details come in, everybody quiets. That is it.
I think football in Nigeria, are we growing or just where we are? No, be honest.
Revolving around the same circle.
No, I think we're not growing. That's the truth. There are a lot of things that are fundamentally wrong. Like imagine you hearing in the Premier League that a player ran away. A player just left the club. If you're contracted, for instance, or a club just comes out and says this player is unwanted. Now, issues of contract are things that people get to do. These are all documented. So a player, we know that if a player is signed for a particular amount, for instance, we know the amount of years that player is contracted to that club. So if, for instance, now Salah has just signed a deal, an extension to 2027.
We know the details.
If by 2026 we don't see Salah, Salah is running away. We know that okay, this guy is actually the one on the run. We know fully whether he's supposed to be at that club till 2027.
So are you blaming the system?
The system is faulty.
The system is too bad.
It's only that players sign deals. We don't know the details of those deals. Length of contract, the financial involvement,
undisclosed.
Most times when it goes sour or when it goes south, then either party comes out crying. The player cry, hey, my money. Or the club says,
at the end of the day, that is it. So nothing is.
It's a long way home.
The system is
in the public.
It's a long way.
Quite sad.
There's no way. But the issue surrounding the hiccup surrounding the National Sports Festival, and then just what do you?
Well, the athletes have spoken so highly of the facilities there. They've given thumbs up to the government, but I think what they have issue is the distances between event centers. For instance, team Enugu had to travel over 2 hours plus.
Look at that.
From one center, Abeokuta, to another center. By the time they got there late. Team Edo were awarded the point for handball.
Walkover.
So it was by no means their own mistake, but they had to just suffer what.
So it boils down to that same system.
That's it. Like if we had the best of facilities, like you can imagine traveling like from Aba to almost Lokbanta or Enugu, from one center to the other. already these players is going to take a toll on them. So the facilities are not there. We don't have the best of facilities. Why would you take a particular team from a distance of almost 2 hours to go, compete in a tournament? So it goes on to tell you that we are just not ready. The sports festival did not just start today. This is a sports festival that should have taken place last year. 2024 sports festival held in 2025. IDG, we are not ready.
It's unfortunate, right? We'll see you guys soon on your last day. It's so cool. We're down with it Tuesday morning, 8:85. I got 25 minutes. Well, the chance of rain in ABACD, brace up and get ready. It's 100% at the moment. You can imagine, with thunderstorms, temperature up at 28 degrees, 100.
Like the G in the building. 102.9. Good morning.
Stay right here.
I can't get enough. It's just the right amount of sweetness. I mean, just the right crunch. Mini-Me Chin Chin is different. Table manners? Forget that. Mini-Me Chin Chin tastes really good. You just have to indulge. It's worth every crunch. Can I have one more? And maybe another one. And another one? And another one. And another one. Mini-Me Chin Chin. Now available in a 150-gram Boku pack. Mini-Me. Taste the fun.
Remember the name Arenax Plus. When malaria strikes, Arenax Plus. Remember the name Arenax Plus. When you feeling down, Arenax Plus.
Arenax Plus is a name to remember when you need to beat malaria with ease. Arenax Plus is a combination of artemether and lumenfantrine and is effective in the treatment of malaria in adults and children. So the next time malaria strikes, remember the name. Arenax Plus beats malaria with ease.
If symptoms persist after 3 days, please see a doctor. Available in pharmacies near you. Arenax Plus is a quality product from Swiffer.
Pianzo, kamju kenegi he kedu ihe na-egbochi gị mgbe ị na-eteta n'ụtụtụ ọbụla ọ bụ na ịmaghị otu ụbọchị gị ga-esi wee je na ụbọchị na-aga gịnị na-eme ka obi gị na-agba ọsọ ọ bụ egwu na ị naghị eme nke ọma mgbe o ruru mgbede ọ bụ oge ntakịrị ọzọ na-agụsị gị agụ ike ihe ọbụla ọ bụ chetakwa na ọnwụnwa na nsogbu anaghị akọwa gị kama otu isi wee bilie imeri ha iji kọọ na ihe kwenyere na ya otu ahụ ka ihe esi wee nwere onwe gị n'aka ihe na-egbochi gị nweta data na-enweghị oke ya na nkwado batrị ruru awa 6 iji mee ka inwe ijikọ na-enweghị nkwụsị na Airtel 4G 5G Smart Connect gaa n'ụlọ ahịa Airtel dịrị gị nso maka ozi ndị ọzọ. Airtel, ihe kpatara iche echiche.
Ezi mkparịma agwa oge a na-eri nri ga-echere godi ahụ ihe ka ubi eri ọba kpọmkwem ọkachasị n'ịkpụrụ ezigbo ụtọ jupụtara n'ime ofe akwụkwọ nri a nke ejiri Royco were sie. A ga-atụfu mmagodo akwa ngaji na ndụdọ ocheregodi aka akwọrọ nke ọma ga-enyere m aka inweta ụtọ nọ na nri a ga na-arachi aka ụtọ miri emi na isisi ọma bụ pụrụ iche nke ndị eji Royco were sie. Nke a bụ ịtụ ndụ mmanụ. Nke a bụ pụrụ iche aka ọrụ Royco.
Royco maka nri nwere isisi ọma na ụtọ zuru oke.
Royco.
Ida of trading himself. James, hello.
Susan, I beg. Say you the wine me.
For where? You who no longer depend solely on your salary.
So you people trade and don't carry us along in this office, Abby?
Jerry, now you they talk like this? Who doesn't want an extra stream of income? But I'm still looking for better trading conditions, I beg. Fast execution of my trades and possibly an account where swap no go carry all my profits where I don't know.
Guy, HFM.com.
For me, I wouldn't mind better spreads at all, and it won't be a bad idea to be able to make withdrawals in a flash.
All we want is transparency and great customer service.
Guys, I said HFM.com.
Which one is HFM.com again?
Switch to HFM today to enjoy ultra-fast execution, 1 to 2,000 leverage, tight spreads, swap-free, and more.
Guy, show us the way now.
Wait, are you sure deposits and withdrawals are sharp?
I said
HFM.com.
Visit www.hfm.com. HFM, online trading at its finest.
Every day when my children return from school, I don't recognize them. Hello, do I know you? It's us, mommy.
But these dirty, sweaty uniforms and socks were clean in the morning. Everything don't transform. I understand though. School is hectic. It takes energy to come home this transformed. So I make sure they have some nutritious Milo at breakfast.
Your kids need nourishing energy. Give them Milo at breakfast. It has nutrients that support energy release to help them get the most out of their day. Milo, energy to go further.
Milo! Ịtụ ndụ mmanụ na-amasị m. Ya mere m jiri na-eri nri akpọrọ aka sie nke na-edozi ahụ. N'ime ite ji porridge m, ntinyecha azụ, ntinye yabasị, ose na ogo, tupu m tinyezie nut cube nke ga-ewepụta ọmarịcha ụtọ dị na nri m ka ọ bụrụ eri amịcha aka. Ndị be anyị, chetanụ na nke onye riri ka o buo. Tinye akwụkwọ nri na-ama pokopoko na nri gị niile, werezie nut cube, mee ya ka ọ bụrụ eri amịcha aka. Rie nri na-edozi ahụ taa.
Nnukwara onwe m ihe ka ozi si wee bata n'ime ekwentị m fiam nwepịa ya aka fiam otu ahụ ka ego niile dị n'akaụntụ m si wee jee fiam.
Ọ bụrụ na ị bụ onye Airtel, a gara ịgwa gị tupu ị pịa ya. Ndị Airtel na-enyere aka ịmata ndị na-ezi ozi efu, bịa mee ka ndị ahịa ha mata maka ya site n'enyemaka nke AI kwadoro iji hụ na ozi efu ndị ahụ agaghị enwe ohere igbu gị wayo, anaghị akwụ ụgwọ o wee gị ndenye aha.
Biko ekuzina, ana m eji isonye Airtel fiam.
Airtel, a reason to imagine.
I'm in love. Sonia tomato mix, stand up. Is it to open? Is it to squeeze? Is it to scoop and is it to stir? Dishes come alive with so much taste. Not a pouch. Sonia tomato mix, of course. Sonia tomato mix, yes sir. Sonia tomato mix, stand up pouch.
Sonia tomato mix in a new stand-up pouch.
So much enough.
Mommy, you want to watch YouTube? Not my phone again. Every time YouTube. Oh, mommy, you want to watch YouTube? You want to watch YouTube? Not with my phone. Go and watch TV. What? There's no YouTube on our TV.
That's before. With the new Airtel Smart Router, for just 25,000 naira, you can watch YouTube and more on any TV, even our own TV.
Really? Yay! Thank you, Mommy.
Oh, you're welcome.
Turn any TV into a smart TV with the Airtel Smart Router and watch Nollywood movies, football, and lots more on YouTube with unlimited data for 30 days. Airtel, a reason to imagine.
This is the hottest station. Magic FM 102.9. Yeah, that's us. Feel the magic.
What's up? What's going on? What's poppin', man? It's your boy Banky W, aka Mr. Capable, aka Mr. Strong Ting, and the king of the Lagos party. I'm hanging out with my old guy, my chairman himself, Ike the G. And you know what it is. Keep it locked.
Here's Ike the G.
Turn it up.
Mi ritmo. Dale, Daddy, Yankee. Flow artificial, préndelo. Cuando la vi, mami, di esa morena está hecha pa' mí. Perdóname, pero lo tenía que decir. Ta bomba, bomba, fuego, bomba, bomba, bomba. Ta bomba, mano arriba, que el ritmo te lleve. Zumba, ta bomba, mami dura, tú suenas en la calle. Más duro, bomba, se siente la vibra en el aire. Ta bomba, dime cómo es que. Ta bomba, yo te doy un 20 de 10. Ta bomba, 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 dura, la que manda en la pista.
What's up with the dance hall thing? Oh, I think I love Daddy Yankee. Thank you, Raichin. Bomba. This is where you are. It's 8:44 right here. We're almost there. Got 16 minutes. Let's rewind our time machine. I'm kind of wondering, that's going to rewind to yesterday, not early this morning. Unfortunately, we couldn't wrap up the word for yesterday, and we're bringing it forward. If in any way, we're giving out 1,000 now, Richard card on this. I just need one. Okay, caller number 2, or maybe 1, because of time. That's right. If in any way recall the word we gave out yesterday morning, it's time to call us now. Hit me up. What's your numbers on 0907-677-1029, and you sure can check me out on 0916-988-1029 and 0809 666-1029. The war, you gonna take you home. Yeah, who goes there? Good morning to you.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, who's this? Good morning.
Kingsley is my name. I'm calling from Okiomaba.
Where are all the kings this morning? King, how are you this morning? Come on.
I'm very good.
Oh,
It's
splendid.
been a very wonderful time with you.
Look at this. That's fabulous. I love it too. Come on.
Whenever you're not here, we'll meet you.
Oh, come on. I'm back for good.
On Sunday, I was... where did this man go to?
Oh, sure. I traveled, but I'm back. But we'll quickly take Kings. Do you recall the word we gave yesterday? Can you bring it up?
I think it's a prayer.
You think? Oh, you sure? Are you?
I'm very sure it's prayer.
Guess the tune. Are you sure, Kings?
Yes, I'm sure it's prayer.
Going? Sure. You can change your mind. I don't mind. I give you another option.
No, I'm not changing my mind. It's prayer.
Okay. If you say it's prayer, did you pray this morning? Have you had your morning devotion? You did?
Yeah.
Sure. I say yes. You got it. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Let me quickly have your number right now. Yes. 080
354
354
99 135.
99135.
Yep.
354-99135 from Kingsley in Osishoma, right?
Yes.
Kings, well, you get all the Kings, yeah? Hey, what's your favorite radio station before I let you off?
You need to ask me.
I sure need to be sure that you've not changed your mind after all.
It's magic.
Oh, sure. Look at that. Thank you. God bless your heart. God bless you.
Bye.
Bye. But we never say goodbye on the station, girls. He gets bigger as the time gets shorter. Well, that's about it. Prayer. Yes. The purpose of a daily devotional time cannot be overemphasized. Yeah, it cannot be overemphasized. It sets the tone for the day. Oftentimes, we try to hush and rush up. Hey, I'm running late. I actually woke up late and I'm missing my flight to Lagos. Oh, yeah, miss your flight, but spend time. Spend time. So, have you spent time in conference with God today? I'm kind of wondering. It's never too late to start, because prayer to me is not only asking, but more like an attitude of mind. Attitude of mind which produces the atmosphere in which asking is perfectly natural. So, begin the day with prayer, end it with praise. I'll see you tomorrow morning.
Stay right here, because there's more coming up next. ọgwụ mgbochi Penta-3 na-echekwa nwa gị pụọ n'ọrịa ise ndị na-egbu egbu. Rute n'ogige ahụike kacha dị gị nso gbaa ugbo atọ ahụ zuru oke maka inweta nchekwa zuru oke. Mgbe ha mụdara nwa, BCG, OPV na hepatitis. N'izu ụka nke isii gbaa agba nke mbụ nke Penta-1 na rotavirus. Izu ụka nke iri Penta-2. Izu ụka nke iri na anọ Penta-3, IPV na PCV. Ndị nne dị ime rute n'ogige ahụike kacha dị unu nso maka nlekọta antenatal. Gbakwa ọgwụ tetanus tinyekwara ịṅụ vitamin. Mụọ nwa gị n'aka ndị ọkachamara malite n'oge gaa ọ dịkarị ala ugbo 8. Ọgwụ mgbochi enweghị ọghọm, ọ bụ n'efu, ọ na-azọkwa ndụ. Ọ bụ Immunization Plus Impact Project na nkwado ọba ego mba ụwa wetara ozi a.
This world is not my home, I'm just a passing through.
With gratitude to God for a life well spent, the family of Ukiago in Umegbu, Okpuala, Afogiri, Umuahia North Local Government Area, Abia State, announces the transition into higher glory of their wife, mother, grandmother, sister, and aunt, Elder Chinyere Margaret Ukiago, fondly called Mama Konak, who died at the age of 76 years. There will be service of songs at 3 locations, namely Winners Chapel, Mboba Branch, Port Harcourt on the 23rd of May 2025, Diamond Hall, A-Class Park and Event Center, Kashim Ibrahim Way, Maitama, Abuja on the 30th of May, and
service of songs and wake keep at Afugiri Primary School, Umuahia,
Abia State on the 4th of June 2025 at 5 p.m. On Saturday, 7th June 2025, body departs FMC Umuahia for lying in state at her residence, and by 11 a.m. there will be a funeral service at Umuahia Township Stadium. Note that reception follows immediately after interment at Williams Memorial Secondary School, Afogiri, Umuahia North Local Government Area. May her gentle soul rest in peace. Signed, Dr. Ken Ukiago, Honorable National Commissioner, INEC, for the family.
And I can't feel at home in this world anymore.
The world is changing and opportunities are everywhere. The question is, are you ready to seize them? For far too long, we have been conditioned to think within the constraints of geographical borders created by man. An example is Nigeria. But let me tell you something profound. You are part of the world, not just one nation. You don't just live in Nigeria, you live in the world. It's time to break free, look beyond borders, and seek opportunities that span the globe. You need a world view. The world is open for business, and the opportunities are endless. It's time to think global. It's time to trade global. Visit hfm.com or download the HFM app on Google Play Store or App Store to get started today.
Checkers Costa 3-in-1 pap flavor. We get sugar, milk, still dey creamy plus smooth for mouth. Now him be the latest for town now. Even self, this Checker 3-in-1 pap flavor, they easy to prepare. And now we small shing whether you fit take buy am, still collect change on top. Checkers 3-in-1 pap. Pap don't dey easy to prepare.
Ịtụ ndụ mmanụ na-amasị m. Ya mere m jiri na-eri nri akwọrọ aka sie nke na-edozi ahụ. N'ime ite ji porridge m tinyecha azụ, ntinye yabasị, ose na ogo tupu m tinyezie nut cube nke ga-ewepụta ọmarịcha ụtọ dị na nri m ka ọ bụrụ eri amịcha aka. Ndị be anyị chetanụ na nke onye riri ka o buo. Tinye akwụkwọ nri na-ama pokopoko na nri gị niile, werezie nut cube mee ya ka ọ bụrụ eri amịcha aka. Rie nri na-edozi ahụ taa.
Health, they say, is wealth. But when securing good health costs you an arm and a leg, or when you are at the hospital and they insist on a hefty deposit before treatment,
but when Avon HMO has your back, you won't have to scream "Yepa," because in the end, we all need people. Visit avonhealthcare.com now to get an Avon Health plan for you and your people.
Avon HMO, empowering you to live a healthier, fuller life.
nne tinyere m anụ egwu gbara agba ya na afa na abụọ buru ibu ị bịazie were umeji anụ dị mma chọọ ya bụ ngwugwu mma
etelegodu gị biko iwe welago olee ezi ị ga-eji ata ihe niile ndị a ka eze gị ahụ dị ka ebe moto na trọk nwere ihe mberede okporo ụzọ ọ bụ na ọ na-egbuzi gị mgbu biko
na-ebekwanụ nke ahụ abụrụla ihe gara aga o ekele dịrị close up toothpaste nke ọhụrụ a na-akpọ complete fresh protection ọ eziokwu close up complete fresh protection na-enye gị nchekwa nke ime ọnụ zuru oke o nwere fluoride